once. That is the example of fraud. Here comes the example of fraud. If the transaction is done wrong intentionally, that it will obviously give the wrong output. Preventive control, detective control. If superior oversights of data validation and editing, automatic logging should occur. What are data validations and how we do it? What are the steps? Here are 6 steps basically, that is sequence check, limit check, range check, validity check, completeness check, and the sixth one is the duplicate check. Output controls provide assurance, confidential data would be, really um, confidential data is not really for the entire people. It should be in the hand of senior management. 3.5, in 3.5 we learn about the implementation consists changeover or cutover, go live techniques. It main consideration of system changeover are cost and risk. There are 3 different system changeovers, that are parallel changeover, phase changeover, and abrupt changeover. Parallel changeover. In parallel changeover, we usually use both systems without retiring the old system. During the overlap period, we make the final changes regarding what to do, even to flourish the old one or not. In this changeover, the risk is low, but the cost is really high, and there is limitation, which is no source. Okay, then we discussed that in the phase changeover. What is the phase changeover? In this system, or in this changeover, old system is broken into deliverable modules and phased out by newer system. Replacement, in short, of any specific module means it is not entirely changed. If there is an old module that is not specifying our needs, then we will change it and then put the new one, and this is called the replacement system. And the risk and cost based on the number of modules and interaction among the modules. And there is limitations, that is systems cannot be separated into modules. In the third one, abrupt changeover, on a particular date we decide and change entire system from old to new. In this we could give example of student portal. If we are going to do any changes in a student portal, obviously we will not do in the middle of the session. When the session will be done, we will then uh, we will do it abruptly. So the risk is really high, but the cost is low. Its consideration is must replace new system at the end of processing cycle. Like when the session will be done, will be complete, now you can abruptly change over your system. Outsource development means less bugs, better back end support. And then in the next part we discuss the post implementation, that what are the consideration we are going to do after the implementation of our system. To review the conduct the new system, we will not do it after a week or 2 or 15 days. We will give it a time to make it adjustment regarding users of the system, and we will review it after 3 or 6 months. Sometime it is the policy of a company, it is, or sometime it is the government policy. So usually it is the company's policy. It will be the given by after the implementation, the reviewers are the users, and IS auditors. And most important thing that we learned is that during the building of this system, during the uh, that this system is going to create, there is no involvement of all the people who are going to review the IS, because it will create a huge self review threat, and it would create self interest threat. So that's why IS auditor must not be involved during the implementation or during the development process. So in the next part, we learned about the risk associated with application development. First, in the first step, we do is the risk that user may not be comfortable with the application. First risk is this, that what if the users are not comfortable with the application? That means you are going to spend more money or not. That depends on the changeover pattern. In the second, that is scope creep, user add more features after the computation of requirement phase. In the third, project risk, that involves within the project, with suppliers, within the organization, or with the external environment. These are the risks that evolve in it. What if the users need more features? So scope creep risk could occur. And how do we reduce those risks? Role of IS auditor in system development life cycle. First, report the senior management independently and inform them system development process. Regarding the second, whether the controls has been embedded to the system development process itself or not. In fourth part, we discuss about the information system maintenance practices, how we are going to do maintenance practices, as we already learned in part 3 that we always have to do after post implementation is um, feasibility and requirement checking, that how much the user is feasible to use it and how much requirements are there, or if there is regarding the user's need. The process of managing change to application system, the while maintaining the integrity. Why do we need maintenance? Obviously every system need maintenance every year or every two. Every system consists of warranty. System seldom remains static. And who will request for the system maintenance? Users are the one who will request. Who will interact with the system are the users. But the system request must consist these people, that are senior management, staff, client, customer, internal auditor, and external auditor. So that's it. That's how much we learned from